can you see your TV and you're having a look at it?
Hey Vic, how you going? Yeah, it's still too close. Why is it close? Okay, that's fine. Hi Vic, sorry, just trying to get the new setup all sorted. Hey Di, how you going? Home from all your adventures?
Looks a little bit blurry.
Looks fine here. Have you ladies got a clear picture? If you can just let me know, please. All clear?
How's the distancing?
Angry because you're fussy cutting. How's the what, Jim?
How's the distance? Does it look alright, or
The distance, what do you mean?
from the camera to the board, to the table?
What, from the top?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
Alright, okay, alright. Bit blurry my end, and it's far away.
It probably seems a bit further away than normal. I've got a different setup. I'm not sure, yeah, why it would be blurry. Wendy, we've just got a new setup, so this is the first. So Di's blurry now as well. I don't know. Maybe the internet, because I've got a clear view here on my screen. Are you clear, Jim?
I'm clearish.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I just don't know why we had to fix something that possibly wasn't broken, but we'll see how we go. Let's see. If it's too bad, let me know, and we'll just maybe have to call it quits. We'll see. How are you, Wendy, anyway? Sorry. It's a bit rude of me, isn't it? Oh, it could be the white. Okay, it could be the background. Well, that could be cause a problem because I'm working on top of some wadding tonight. That's possibly what it is.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
the wadding, I would say. Yes, thank goodness Vicky's on the ball. Could be why, ladies. Let me see. How's that when I take that away? I know, but at least this looks... Anyway. Sorry you're not still feeling great, Wendy. It's knocks you around a bit, doesn't it? How are you, Rhonda? Hi, Caroline. How are you? You were going to New Zealand, weren't you? Have you been and gone or not gone yet? What's everyone been up to? I'm not too bad, thank you. I'm not too bad. I am counting down the days till our holiday, so keen for that.
It's YouTube, believe.
26th of September, okay. Alright. I'm getting rid of the furry bit for a minute. So tonight I'm just fiddling with fabric. I've got all this beautiful Kathy Holden fabric, and I'm thinking ahead with regards to me going away on holidays, and for me to be able to take a few things, that means I don't have to take crates and crates and crates and crates full of craft supplies as I tend to do. So I thought if I can prep a few or a couple of covers to be hand stitched, and then I can make the journals when I get home if I do them. So yeah, 2 weeks left, hey? Wow. It's just this term seems to have flown by, doesn't it? It might not have for you though, Rhonda, but I just, because I normally don't work for the full school holidays. I have about a week where I don't support my client. I'm not sure what's happening this school holidays, to be honest. But yeah, it just seems to have flown around since last school holidays. Hi Jane, we missed you last week. You weren't in. You were at your dad's, I think. So that's what I'm doing tonight. Going to try and start putting something together. And because I haven't cut into a lot of this Kathy Holden fabric, you're probably all going to cringe because I'm going to cut into it and just cut bits and pieces. So so I'll be doing a series of journals with slow stitched covers. So this is the one that I finished ages and ages ago. And I want to make it into a journal. So I thought I might do 2 more with, excuse me, Kathy Holden fabric. And maybe, because there's so much work in them, as you can see, I might do one with Tim Holtz. So I'll do 2 Tim Holtz and 2 Kathy Holden. So
Just it goes down. Don't worry about it, no, but yeah, it needs to come down.
So that's what I'm doing tonight, just plain. Hi Marlene. I'm not really sure. I'm just going to cut a few bits and pieces of fabric and then just have a play with them, I think. So I'm going to get some different, a few selections. You still going, Jim?
Sorry?
Is it still going? Because I'm whatever you call that. Got the circle.
Looping. He's only cutting. Is that what you want to know?
You know, I was whatever you call it. The circle was going.
Oh yeah. Lagging.
No, it wasn't lagging. I wasn't even doing anything. It had stopped.
Are you back in now?
Yeah.
You need to drop all your pages and just have the
Buffering, that's it.
yeah, which is done by lag.
You love it, don't you, Jane? I'll have to give you some. Yes, well, I have to use it on one of the covers. So I'm going to do one cover fairly vintagey, and the other one I got some of the linen and lace and amazing grace fabric. So I'll do the other one sort of in that theme. I'm just sort of grabbing at the moment and just tearing and see what I can come up with, basically. Actually, I've got some of this one in scraps already, so we'll use that. We'll use some of this. Okay, I'll tear some of these and I'll start trying to put some together. So this I've already cut into because I've used it on other covers. Hi Karina, how are you? My pleasure. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Another busy week. I don't know where the weeks go at the moment. I'm counting down to holidays. 4 weeks and 1 day. Haven't got to the hours yet. Oh, thanks, Karina. I might actually make it into a journal soon, hopefully. See what happens, hey? I've had a rough week, hey? That's no good. Oh, Karina, I'm so sorry. It's a lot to deal with, isn't it? Well, Karina, if you come with your mum and you need a cuppa or you need somewhere to have time out, you're always welcome here. So, and I mean it, so you know how to contact me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some bigger pieces down in neutral colours, and then I'm going to build from there. So these colours always look a mess to start with, and with no rhyme or reason to it, but they all seem to work out in the end. Hi Tanya, how you going? How's your week been? Got threads everywhere. Thanks, Karina. I really don't. I don't know whether I'm in the right frame of mind tonight, but I just thought I'm just going to sit and fiddle and we'll just see what happens. Hey, Kerry, you're not watching the footy? Hi, Annabella. How are you? Welcome to our live. I don't think you've been in before, have you? Welcome to our crazy place. You're from Lilydale? So I've cut my, I like to work on wadding. You see, don't look at the messy stitching. Don't comment. It's just, you don't see this anyway, so this is all going to be enclosed. But I like to work on a piece of wadding, and I'm using a wool, 60% wool, 40% polyester. And it's a New Wool Mini Jumbuck brand. So I always work on something a little bit bigger than what I want it to end up being. So this one has been trimmed down, ready to make into a journal. So you can see I've got about, oh, I don't know, about an inch approximately. It's not straight, but I'm going to be trimming it all down. Now you can see on this one I've put beads and that sort of thing. I try and leave them like in a little bit further, so that obviously I'm not going to, when I sew the journal cover, I'm not going to be sewing on those. Some of the beading you can leave until obviously after you've cut it down. You can bead on it and hide, you know, your stitching. So yeah, there's lots of little bits and pieces in here. This one, and so this is why I'm doing the bigger neutral pieces first. So I did do neutral pieces on this, but in a lot of places I haven't allowed a lot of overlapping, and I found that was a bit of an issue, which involved a lot more stitching and making sure that it was secured properly. All in all, it's not going to fall apart, as you can tell. There's so many stitches and that there. But yes, I learnt my lesson from that one. So that's what, I mean, obviously it's not going to look like that, but I'm just going to add lots of different textures and stitches and all that sort of thing. So that's why you're probably thinking, why is she, a lot of this neutral background, you're not going to see a lot of it, but I just want, you know, bits of it peeking through. Might be a little bit of a waste of fabric, but it's giving the cover substance as well, a little bit of oomph. And yeah, so I guess what I'm trying to say is make sure that you have pieces that are overlapping quite substantially. So I've got that overlapping by about an inch approximately. So and when I'm happy with what the neutral base that I've got, I'm actually going to be using some fabric basting glue. Now I've decanted this into a smaller container, and I actually use the Roxanne temporary basting glue. So I'm just about out of it, and I'm going to have to chase it down and try and get some more. But this is not, it's not a permanent, it's just a basting glue just to keep things in place until you actually stitch. Yes, Katie, what would you like?
Sam, a gift me.
Sam gave you those?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so...
A cupboard.
Yeah.
I should
put them in a Tupperware container in the cupboard. Yeah. Okay. Must be dye. I'm not sure. So anyway, guys, just let me know if it's too bad. So hey, Amanda, how are you? Okay, I've missed the chat here a bit. I'm Let me just find my mouse here somewhere. Missed a bit happening here. Oh, thanks, Karina. So much fun. I really enjoyed putting it together. Yeah, the felt. See, I love texture. I just love all the, you know, like I love felt because you can manipulate it so much. I'm still looking for my, that's partially why I haven't done this, put this into a journal already. I know that I've got a little wooden bird button and I've got to find it because I just want to put him on here somewhere. So yeah, I love the felt, and I love French knots are my most favourite stitch to do. I love doing French knots, as you can tell. Yeah, so it's not too bad. It's probably a little bit different, a bit eclectic for me, but with all these bits and pieces, but all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. Much tidier than yours, Annabella. Oh dear. I trail my stitches, but I'm shocking because I'm too lazy. Look at this one here. You know, I go from there to there. But I just, yeah, look at this. But anyway, it's how I do it. Makes me happy. Travel, we do lots of travelling, hey Annabelle? Lots of travelling. Whatever makes it easier, I say. The thing is, I used to work in a quilting shop, so the purists would just be having connuptions right about now if they saw that. But that's all good. And I'm even going to leave the selvage on this one. I like how that's frayed. I might do a cross stitch across this or something. We'll just, I'm just placing, excuse me, you've got hiccups now, placing and we'll see, we'll add lace and we'll add some doilies and all sorts of bits and pieces. And I apologise about my chair, it's very squeaky. I need to get some WD-40 onto it, I think. There we go, I've got some scraps already cut here. And so I'm not concerned about this because I'll build, so it's a little bit like paper collage really, isn't it? I will put something over that so I don't have to have every piece of wadding covered.
Your straight lines, love.
Pardon?
All your straight lines.
They're straight.
Yes, why?
Why? Are you asking that?
Yeah.
Because it's a base. It's a base and then I'm going to build on that.
Alright. Put a bit of angle in it.
Do you want to come and do it? It's always got to be an expert, hasn't it?
Yep. Master it.
It's a base and then I'm building from that.
Yep.
Because I'm not loving it. I'm not loving the way it's looking, but as I said, it is a base, and I'll be adding accents and that sort of thing. Are you laughing at James, Annabella? Don't encourage him. Exactly. He hasn't learned. He hasn't learned, Di. I don't think he'll ever learn, honestly.
I can't be trained.
No. It's past help.
Can't teach an old dog.
Yes. Tanya says you're living dangerously.
Yep. That's the only way I know I'm alive.
Marlene's telling us not to have a domestic. Oh, we've had a few today, I tell you.
I think there was quiet time when I was sleeping. That was about it.
Okay, it does. It looks shocking, doesn't it, at the moment? But it's all good. When is crafting with Jim Nut? He won't do it. Rhonda reckons he won't do it, but he's an expert. Maybe we should get him to do a slow stitched cover since he's an expert in it. Or
that's too funny.
no, I didn't, Kerry. I just couldn't be bothered. At the end of the day, I just I was still uploading stock to the website, and since we had our little jaunt yesterday. Yeah, so I mean, as I said, it looks a bit of a mess at the moment, but it's a base, and then we're going to build from that. And I'm going to trim this down, or anything that's trimmed off, I'll use for snippets and whatever in the journal, so it won't be wasted.
Vicky will be glad to hear that.
Hey?
Vicky will be glad to hear that.
No wastage. Yeah, she will be. So I'm just having a look and just thinking, what do I want to add to it? Because I think it needs something. Got a lighter one here. Okay. Vicky agrees with you. She's very happy. Very happy there'll be no
Waste
wastage.
not, want not.
We are all a bit crazy here, but that's why we all get on so well. So just to throw a spanner in the works, I'm going to add a few of these tealy coloured, greeny coloured postage stamps. Or not. We did have fun yesterday, Kerry, didn't we?
No smiling.
It's a secret squirrel business to do with the retreat. So we can't tell you. Well, thanks for holding in, Annabella. Hopefully you can get back, but enjoy your cuddles. Okay. I'm still here. I'm just looking and thinking. Yeah, it should be good, hopefully. I'll be back. I just need to duck to the ladies. It won't be a moment. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Note to myself, I shouldn't drink nearly a litre of water before going live. I'll try to remember that next time. Hi Cheryl, how are you? Okay, I've got some, I'm just thinking that there's too much. One thing you've got to think of is the thickness of it too, because you're hand stitching it, so we don't want to be going through too many layers. I'm not putting that whole thing there, but I just wanted to show you that, you know, it looks pretty ordinary there, but once you start adding pieces to it, it all starts tying together. I actually don't even mind that there. tip that way, I think. So I'm just trying to get a little bit of an image in my head as to once we start adding pieces, because what I'm going to do in a minute, I'm going to go through and add a few dobs of basting glue. Thanks, Kerry. And there we go, we have Maddie. Maddie's in the house today. Okay, so I'm very blurry here now. My screen is very blurry.
You're all right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's lag.
Okay, there we go. I just refreshed and it's much better now. Okay, so you can see how once you start adding little bits and pieces, it all comes together. I'm going to... Caroline, I just need to ask, I sent you a text. Did you get that recently as well? So, I mean, I don't know if anyone else, when you slow stitch, do you do it the same sort of way? So I'm just sort of placing a few bits to sort of go, yeah, well, I don't mind that. This is annoying me, how this is so, so similar. I'm not loving that edge now. I'm just going to take that off. I'll probably use it still, but just not. So if I put that maybe like that. All right, I am going to baste a few of these pieces down, just so I can get something started. And we don't need much of this. Hi Selena, how are you going? How's your week been? The nozzle on this bottle is a bit too open, so I'm getting probably more glue out than what I really want. Oh no, that's no good, Selena. At least in this platform you can chat. You can rest your voice. Okay, what do we got here? I just look at my jumper actually matches the neutral background.
Camouflage. I mean, the reason you knew your hand was there for the big nails.
Yeah.
The pink assassin.
Okay, I'm just trying to remember what I've glued down and what I haven't here. I'm going to lift this, glue that down. So you can tack this. A lot of people actually do like a basting stitch. As you saw from the back of my work before, I'm lazy and I would much prefer just to do that. Baste this with glue. Thanks, Selena. Well, I'm probably not lazy. It's just if I had to hand baste it, I probably wouldn't do it. Let's put it that way. I'd rather save my stitching for all the fun bits. My pleasure, Di. My pleasure. Okay, so that's got to go. Okay. The thing with these slow stitch covers is you might have an image in your mind of what you want to do, but they never quite work out. They never end up, you know, the way you originally think. So I'm putting way too much glue on here because you got to remember too that you've got to get needles through there, and that glue is hard to go through with a needle if you put too much on. Yeah, I haven't had much success with glue stick and fabric, to be quite honest, with you, Tanya. Now this one's going to be a little bit harder to get through because the way I do my covers, I put watercolor paper in between, and this has come off. This is a scrap off a cover, so it'll be interesting. Is that upside down? No. To see how I go sewing through that. Okay, so see that's stuck on there now. That's the first one that I sewed. So it's stuck enough for me to be able to where's that doily? To be able to sort of pick it up and move around, move the cover around. Okay, so I'm just going to stick this one down here. All right, so that's basically, I think I've got everything. Yeah, so all the neutrals anyway to start with. So now I'm going to bring in a bit of colour. So I've got the this beautiful collage piece. And so what I'll even do is I'll cut some of these pieces out, you know, like this, these labels and that sort of thing. This tag to go on here. I like this little lady here in this scrap, so I'm going to just cut that. And I might even just put that down as one full piece. So as I said, remembering we need to have it overlapped just so that it's everything gets stitched together. Oh, thanks everyone. I'm not sure I make it look easy. Like in my head, you should see what my inside my head's doing. As I said, it grows and it looks nicer once you add stitches, and I'll be adding some sequins, and I'll be adding like some moving parts on it, maybe add some felt as well. I love working with felt. So the wadding is only 140 GSM. Yeah, 140 GSM, so it's not overly thick. So you don't want anything with too much of a loft or too much of a close weave, because you need to be sewing through that. This one here, Karina, yeah, it's good. I have actually coffee dyed that. That was pure white. So yeah, it's sweet. My biggest problem is trying to, you know, like I think, do I cut it down to size now? But because when you stitch, obviously it's going to pull everything in a little bit. So yeah, I just find that weight is good dye. It's not too thick, but it's enough to give you a little bit of substance to your piece. So I have used Parisian Essence. It comes out quite, it can come out quite dark. I find it's like not as predictable as using coffee and tea, or the coffee and tea mix that I do anyway. But I have definitely used Parisian Essence, yes. It's good. Alright, so I'm going to actually cut some of these bits and pieces. See, even this nest, I could cut that, and that'll be beautiful stitched. Actually, I'm going to do that. If I can find my little scissors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this out of the way for a second, because I'll end up cutting it. And I'm just going to cut a few little elements out of this piece here. So Karina and Di, you might like to look away right about now because I'm going to fussy cut some of this fabric, I think. And obviously I'm not going to cut it perfectly because it needs to be stitched. But what I will do is I'll bring these flowers out onto this piece so that you don't see that edge. I'm excited about stitching that nest. Okay. And even these little pieces you can keep as fill-ins. So I'd probably even go this way. You've got like your wording on there, probably keep that, and then this would be a separate piece again. Go ahead, I dare you. See, I like these little tickets. And I could even just continue cutting away that whole strip and use that as a whole strip there. And I do love this. I mean, who am I kidding? I love it all. So I'm just, and it doesn't matter if you cut out the same sort of thing. It can be used in different areas of your cover. And as I said, I'm going to do a couple. I would like to do the next one with Kathy's, what do you call it? Leather and Lace and Amazing Grace range, because it's a lot prettier. It's not as vintage. Not sure whether any of you have seen it. Did you want to have a look? I can show you if you like. And I think I'm just going to leave that as it is at the moment. I mean, this whole piece here could just be one piece, but we'll cut it as one piece at the moment. I'm just going to, like this piece here, I will keep it, possibly for some snippets or something, but it's not going to go on the cover, so I'm just going to put it up the top here for now. Okay, so this one I'm going to cut, yes, I'm going to cut along here, so I'll be cutting that, but I'll fussy cut it out of another piece. So I'm just going to cut along here. It's a good idea to have some really good sharp scissors to do this. I mean, that's a big piece, but I'll probably end up cutting that down. I'll show you that fabric in a second. I just want to finish cutting cutting away here. See, I love this. So I'm going to cut that. And then I'll show you that fabric in a second. That. So I love this little tag. Oh, have they discontinued it, Jane? Why is that? Just because it didn't sell, or? Because that's what you used to use when you use the microwave to cook, to brown, give some colour to your meals, isn't it? So it's a cute little tag there. And here's my favourite people. So they're on one of my other covers. I'm just going to cut this here. Goodness, yeah. I used to use it a lot when I dyed fabric, the Parisian Essence. So I've got that there. I want that. I'm in a dilemma actually cutting right into that to get that. But I've got so much of the fabric, it's really not an issue. I'm going to cut this as a square. So I'm not going to cut, I'm going to roughly cut around it, and then I'll trim it once I get it out of the fabric. Okay, so I'll trim away that excess probably. Okay, so that's I'm going to grab, have I got this one here? Not sure what I've got. Oh yes, I have got that one. Okay, well let's just do this. Let's start with that, and then so these are good little filler pieces, these little square bits and pieces. Oh, that's no good, Selena. Quick, off you go. Okay, I'll show you that fabric before I forget. So, of course, it's on the floor right on the bottom here. Okay, guys, you ready for this? It's beautiful. I haven't got the whole range. Trying to find someone that sells it all is a little bit hard. Where am I going to put this? So I got some from my local patchwork shop. And this is the Leather and Lace and Amazing Grace. Oh, Tanya, yeah, I'll have to ask Russell to make me a couple, won't I? So beautiful. It's really, really yummy. So it comes in, as I said, there's more to the range. I haven't got it all. So that same print, but in the pink. And it's, I don't know whether you can see, it's like it's a tapestry. It actually looks like a tapestry, but it's, you know, you touch it and you're sure you're going to get that texture. But yeah, it's amazing. Tapestry or cross stitch? Tapestry, I think it is. So that, and then it comes in, so the same blue, but in a smaller print with a rose. Oh, did he, Tanya? Oh, you have to sack him. And in the pink, again in the smaller rose. What else did it come with? So this is another one, so with the neutral background. And this is, I love this. This comes in all the colorways, in the blue and the cream as well. So this is like a lace look, which is just stunning. And then it comes with the larger gingham in all the colours as well. This is the only one that I've managed to get so far. Okay. And the piece de resistance is the collage piece, which is, oh, it is so amazing. It is just absolutely stunning. So in the range there is also a fabric that is pieced like this. So you can see the ginghams in comes in pink as well. I think there's a green. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure there is a green. The lace fabric. So this is yeah, that's right. There's this beautiful rose. It looks like it's embossed in the colours, as well, different colours as well. It's just amazing, isn't it? It's, every time I look at it, I see something different. If you go to Kathy's Instagram page, she's I think it was Instagram, might have been YouTube. I'm pretty sure it was Instagram. She actually explains, gives you a story behind all of the fabric. It's just beautiful story. So go over and check her out. It's just stunning, absolutely stunning. I love it. So that's all I've got out of, which is a lot, I know, but I'd like to try and get the full range if I can. So we'll see what happens. But I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, that's just a journal cover on its own, isn't it? Here, yeah, it's gorgeous, isn't it? It's stunning. It does all look 3D. It's just, you know, it's just, you just want to touch it and just feel the texture. It's amazing. She's done a beautiful job. So the music, Amazing Grace. And even just the buttons and the pins. I mean, look at that. I could sit here and look at it all night. You see something different every time. So that's the new range, and then we can't wait until it'll probably be February, knowing us here in Australia, and trying to find someone that gets the full range will be the kicker. But Kathy has a new range coming out, a junk journal range, so I can't wait for that. I did actually ask the question. Oh no, of this I don't know, but I did ask the question if she was doing a paper collection for the junk journal range, Kerry, but she didn't let on. So I got mine from my local patchwork shop, and I did get some from Fifi's Fabricology in Burleigh. And there was a lady on eBay. I love fabric, I think her name was. She had a little bit as well. So yeah. I know, Karina, I can't wait. I'm so excited. I've actually got a friend in the US. We've been talking, and because it'll be released in the US first, and more chance that they'll get full ranges there. So I've teed up with her. She's going to try and grab it for me. So I might, if she can grab it and get it sent to me, I might get it quicker than actually buying it here. So I mean, I do like to support Australian businesses and local patchwork shops, but if we can't get the whole lot, I mean, you've got to do what you've got to do. Haven't we? Okay. And then I've realised I found this. This has got all the collage pieces, which I can actually cut out and add on to my cover as well. So I will look at some of those, like these, which I probably would have been better off cutting. But anyway, like this tag, and so I'm just having a look at that now. I forgot I had this piece. It's amazing, isn't it? Okay. All right, I'm going to, the addiction is real, most definitely. Ask James, he'll tell you.
Uh-huh. What am I agreeing to?
That I have an addiction.
Yes.
Well, I'd love to have an addiction to coffee. Would you like to get me a coffee, babe?
Oh,
please?
of course.
Thank you. I just realised I've cut into this, so I'm going to trim that off a bit. Okay, so let me just have a look at these pieces that I've got here. It's too big. I don't want it that big. And I want to have a look. I really do love this as one piece. I keep going back to that. getting myself in a big mess here. I want this clock. Normally I would do this obviously in a bigger space, but because I'm filming, I'm working with what I've got here. And you're probably all having connuptions about me cutting these pieces out, but I would never use this fabric as one whole piece anyway. The reason I bought it was with the thought of cutting all the little elements out. So I do love I should have been cutting into this first, shouldn't I? Oh, I've got to have that butterfly. So even this piece here that's been, when I got the fabric and it's been cut, we can utilise that. So cut that away. Get in and get this label and this butterfly. It would be beautiful. You're right. I honestly don't think you can go too wrong at all with this fabric because it's just every piece of it is stunning. Hi Anita, how are you? Okay, so this piece that was cut because of the length, so this can be just trimmed off and can be added somewhere. Going to bring this back again. Thanks, babe. Thank you. Yum. Let's just put a few pieces in place and see what happens. So I do like this here. I keep coming back to it, so I'm just going to try and work out what's the right side. How's your week been, Anita? I would normally have my little travel iron set up as well because this is like all crinkly, but I just don't have the room tonight, and I'll be up and down all night to use it, so we're just making do. I'm getting excited actually about taking these to oh, look at that, to the beach, just sitting watching the waves roll in and hand stitching. How exciting. So probably what I'll even do is I've got some watch or clock elements. I may even sew some metal pieces in there just to give it a little bit more texture and depth. So I'm liking that at the moment. Oh, thanks, Tanya. I'm going to cut this gorgeous butterfly out. Yeah, they're gorgeous blues, aren't they? I'm not a, I mean, I love blue, I do love it, but it's not a colour that I would go for straight up, but I don't know, it's just really, this range just really took my fancy. So what I'm also thinking, I may, along the way, I may even start hand stitching this. This has got me all excited to get back into stitching again. Do some of this on my videos, so if you're interested in seeing how it's coming along, keep an eye out for that. I've got some new, I've got a little bit of new stock in. It is a flower clock. I don't know, I mean, I will add stitching to this, obviously, to keep it down. I may even in here add felt bits. I don't know, we'll see. It'll probably get a life of its own. So I'm doing December Daily again this year, if anyone would like to join me. So I've got the new Uniquely Creative Vintage, what is it called? Vintage Christmas? I'll show you it in a minute. Very Vintage Christmas, a very vintage Christmas, which is just lovely. So I am excited to use that and start working on some base pages, so that I was successful in finishing December Daily last year, and I put it all down to being prepared. So I'm hoping to get some pages, base pages done, so that it doesn't become such a big job in December to do a page a day. Oh, it's fun, Jane. Come on, you guys. Yeah, so I am doing December Daily again. I've got a couple of people that have said they would like to follow along with me. So, oh boy, that coffee's hot. We'll see. I'll just show you this quickly so that I can actually move it off my desk and give myself a little bit of space. I tried Selena for 6 years and never ever got it finished. And then last year I was determined to get it done. And I was watching a few Ali Edwards videos, and they were saying, you know, you need to be. They're all starting to get prepared. In October once Halloween's done, or even now December Daily has kicked off now. So it is definitely a good idea to be prepared for it to actually be successful. Oh, thanks, Karina. It's a start. Nothing's definite. So I was just having a look at this here, because probably what I would end up doing is doing something like that. I might move that up a bit. Something like that. I'm going to cut that anyway, just so we can get a bit of an idea. So I'm just going to quickly show you this, guys. This is the very vintage Christmas. I have the monthly kits in as well, if anyone is interested. So there's probably going to be a little bit of glare on here. I apologise for that. But so it's the 12-inch paper pack. I'll just show you what is in it. So I've got the paper packs. Let me just put this over here out of the way. And single papers, if you prefer to buy single papers. So I love that, but I love the fussy cuts too, so I might have to grab a couple of pieces of that. So these are the pieces that you get in the pack, the collection pack, but you can also get them singly. So I'll just show you these. These are just stunning. Not so much keen of that, so keen for that, but so I wouldn't stress, you know, I'm quite happy then to use all those. Nothing worse than having two beautiful sides. Love all these old postcards, and not fussed on that either, so that's good. I can cut that up. Love this page. Love this page. Got some ideas for that, so that's really nice. Some polka dots. They're just beautiful. I really love the quality as well. So this is like strips of some of the different papers. Could come in handy. So sweet. Really, well, it's very, I was going to say it's very vintage. Well, that's the name of the range. So Santa's funny. He's got really skinny legs. Look at him. It's funny. So that is really cute. So they're the papers. Let's put them out of the way. So I got some laser cups as well. So this is the laser cut pieces. So they're going to be fun to paint, I think, and they're quite thin, so they're not going to add bulk to your journals. I got this one, which I'm really excited about. It's got vellum pieces, but it's got all your numbers in there, so perfect for December Daily, because it's got 1 through to 25. Now I'll be doing through to 31 probably, but yeah, so, and it's got the gold foil to it as well, which I love. So they're really good quality. So, and beautiful vellum sticker pieces as well throughout there. So they're really lovely. You know, you've got your words, a lot of variety, lots of variety. So it's really given me that little spark of excitement to do December Daily. Again, last year I just used bits and pieces of old ranges that I had. So I'm keen to, you know, do something with something new. I'll just put all those back in there just to give you a little bit of an idea of what was in there. So that's the creative cuts, mixed creative cuts, that one is. And then there's another pack of creative cuts, and this one is called, it's just called a very vintage Christmas creative cuts. So a little bit more pictorial, I guess. Some beautiful words and images, little tags. I won't show you all of them, but you get the idea. So lots and lots and lots in there. So that's exciting, that pack as well. This is a die, so you have your background, and then it cuts out your Merry Christmas in script, and you mat it on there. Really stunning. You can see that being used a fair bit. And I'm also, so this isn't all of the range, but I've just grabbed out what I want to use. And this is the watercolour cut apart sheets. So I'm thinking of doing this wreath. Obviously it's not going to fit full, the full wreath isn't going to fit on my cover, but I'm thinking of watercolouring this, cutting it out, and that will be the start of my cover, and I'll decorate it a little bit more. So these are on really good quality 200 GSM watercolour paper as well. So yeah, I'm really keen to get started. So that's just a little bit of a sneak peek of the very vintage Christmas range that is in the shop at the moment. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that. Yeah, I have a lot of watercolor pages. I don't promote them enough actually, and they're really, really lovely to use, and then you just cut them out. So they're all under paper. There's a heap of different ones there, and they're really inexpensive. Okay, let's just have a little bit more of a play around with this. I'm just wondering, what to put where basically is, and when I trim it down, what it's going to look like. The papers, Anita, so the papers you can buy single sheets, or you can buy it as a 12-inch paper pack. So they're all listed separately. You could just go in and get whichever ones you like. The creative cuts are under ephemera. And the laser, so the dies are under decorative dies, and the laser cuts I've put under journal supplies because I didn't have a category, because I haven't had that type of thing in really before. I've had some Minte chippies, but they've sold out. I'll be getting more of those in. So no, it's not the, sorry, it's not the vintage Christmas kit. There is a kit there where you get papers and some card bases and that sort of thing. But if you go to papers, you'll find them all listed separately there. So what's everybody up to for the weekend? And also, don't forget, guys, if you do like the Kathy Holden fabric range, I do have the paper collection, her first debut paper collection in the shop. So I've just done a big restock recently of that. I was sold out of quite a few pieces, so it's all restocked in the shop. It's nice for some people to have a social life, isn't it? Good for you, Vic. What are you going to see? I shouldn't say that. James and I went out for a date again last night, so we had a really lovely dinner out. A bit fancy it was. We had dinner under chandeliers. So, probably shouldn't say that we didn't have a social life. I'm going to cut these edges off because I just don't want to be trying to cut all that, fussy cut that in the fabric. So we're going to have it as an oval label. Sounds good, Vicky. Okay. I'm keen to do this nest. See, the thing is I'm going to trim it down, so I just need to try and work out how much I'm going to trim it down. So you all know I'm doing a range of journals from Kathy Holden. So this is a really huge one that I've started. So I'm just thinking, okay, well I could probably even make it a similar size, couldn't I? Without having to trim it down too much. So I can sort of go relatively close to the edge without losing too much, I think. All right, that's good, because this is the size that I normally do. So I've got to cut down quite a substantial amount if I do it that way. So I think I'm going to work on a larger one. All right, decision made with regards to that. Oh, good. Hi, Rosalind. That's good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope everyone that got it enjoyed it. Okay. So I'm thinking, just for the moment, let's just... So none of this is tacked down. Oh, thanks, Karina. It's starting to come together. Like I said, it was ugly to start with, but just sort of getting things down. So now, when I get to this stage, I understand the whole basting by hand thing, because I've got to lift different layers to try and baste with the glue, but I'll probably end up taking a photo on my phone if I'm happy with what I've done. There were some bigger tags, I think, on that collage sheet. So I'm going to move that out of the way for a minute and bring this back. I've got a lot of the darker blue, so I wonder if I bring in a few of the lighter blue colours and maybe some greens. So I want this bigger tag here. I'm going to grab this here as well. See, my problem is I don't know when to stop. I'm just going to roughly cut it out to start with. I want to get these tags. I might even get those couple of green cigarette, are they cigarette labels? I'm not sure. Kathy Holden, Rosalind. It is. It's just an absolutely amazing range. I have got a couple of videos where I've showed the ranges if you wanted to have a closer look. And she's just brought out her debut paper collection, which is in my shop. It's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Cigar labels, yeah. Is that what I said? I don't know what I said. That's what I meant though, Kerry. Thank you. Yeah, I know it's a bit of a problem, isn't it, Rhonda? It's sometimes it can go from that point of you know, being just right to overdone. That's what I think, particularly with this sort of cover anyway. But I don't know. We'll just keep going and see what happens. Okay. So you can see all the what do you call it? All the neutral background. It's doing its bit now. So you're just getting bits of it popping up as you're adding more pieces. You're sort of covering it up a bit, but you're still getting all the elements from the fabric range. Okay. I'm not sure. Like, I'm just going to pop that there for the moment. I don't have the fabric range, Rosalind, but I have the paper collection. So Kathy, it's under Kathy Holden on the website. No, Veronica is away at the moment, so yes, sorry, I meant to say that at the beginning. So she's not joining us tonight. Let me see. So this is about 15. So it's going to be about 7.5. So I'm just trying to work out where the center will be. Will be about there. Thanks, Rhonda. It's starting to come together, isn't it? It'll be exciting once I start adding some stitches and other bits and pieces to it. Yes, I love these scissors. I've got them in my shop too. But you won't be they're not exactly cheap. I mean, they're not that expensive, but you won't be disappointed if you do buy some. They're amazing. Yes, and it's definitely a good idea to have a good pair of sharp scissors if you're doing this sort of work. I use these on paper too though, so they're not even blunt from using them on paper. Just trying to see what I've got here, what else I have. What do I want to add? Yes. No, like the holographic. I know, Rosalind, but I have fabric scissors and I don't use them for anything but fabric, but these I use for both, so it's okay. These are stuck at the moment, but it's because I've been using red line tape with it, so I need to find my eucalyptus oil and just give them a clean. But otherwise, I mean, they're still sharp, but they're just stuck together with glue. I don't know. What are we thinking? I want to put, let me just, so I think there were some stamps, bigger stamps in here. How cool is that car? Where are those? So that, and I'm going to grab these bits here too. There's those as well. Oh, there's just so much. It's just so much that I want to use. Okay, so let's just cut this out roughly. I love that as well. Okay, look, I'm going to cut out a few other bits and pieces. I'm obviously not going to use them all, but if I've got options, that's good. Options are very good, aren't they? And you certainly get it with this fabric. It's amazing. And where are those cards? That's right, I want to get that one as well. So it's always also good when you're doing these sorts of covers is to have different shapes, different sizes. Always come in handy. That bird is beautiful, but I won't be using him on this particular cover. He might come into another one. So I'm just going to put him to the side for the moment. I've already got those. Okay, so that's what I was after. So we'll start with those and see how we go. Yeah, he's a bit big for, well, since I've started this one. Maybe if I hadn't have put the doily on, I could have used him, but I'm really liking the doily that I put on there. I keep going back to that, so I think I'm going to definitely stick with the doily, this doily. I'm quite liking how that's looking. And I'll use some of the cottage garden threads as well, I think, which are absolutely stunning. So they're all in my website as well. And they're variegated, and the variegation is really quite close. So you get to see all the different colours, which is really, really good. Okay, so I may not use that, but anyway, it's cut. So I want down here, what I'm thinking is, I'll show you what I'm thinking. Let me just cut these. Yeah, thanks, Kerry. I love it too. It's just perfect, isn't it? So what I was thinking here is these playing cards along here on top of this neutral stamp fabric. You're going to bed, Katie. You want to say goodnight? Do you want to show the ladies? Look, I got my nails done the other day. Katie went and got her nails done today. Look what she came home with. We're twinning. So, say goodnight to everybody. It's a little bit of a delay, darling. All right. No, sleep in, please. All right. Love you. You smell nice. What have you got on? Have you got deodorant on or something? Or perfume?
I have it on.
Deodorant. Smells nice. Everyone's saying good night. You had to laugh when she come home today with them done. Exactly the same. Little bugger. So what I was thinking is doing something like this. And then yeah. Well, she saw mine and she loved them, and she kept going on about how much she loved them. I didn't expect her to go and get the same done, but it's all good. I don't mind. Yeah, she does. Okay, I don't know. What do you think about that with the stamps? Yes, pink's her favourite colour as well, Jane. Like mother, like daughter. She loves the colour pink, and she loves Pink the singer. She's crazy mad about it. I'd love to be able to, if Pink comes and is in concert again. I've been to see her. She's amazing. I'd love to take Katie. Night, Karina. I hope you have a really good weekend. Take care. Thanks for popping in. So we can either do that, or we can put them up a little bit more and maybe even do that. What if we do that? Maybe, just for something different. Actually, I think I might like that a little bit better because it gives me more option to do a bit more stitching. Night, Tanya. Take care. Just trying to think. Maybe this option. Yeah, I think I like that. I think I like that a bit better. Just sort of having a look. This is annoying me. I need to do something here. A little bit, yes, it will be 12 and a half. Well, no, it'd be, the fold's about here, so the nest will be there. If it stays there, that is. Because I'm even thinking, okay, I'll leave that there for the moment. Thinking I might cut a couple of these out. So keep it, it doesn't matter if I keep a little bit of an edge around this because it'll fray to the stitching anyway. So it's probably not a bad idea to leave a little bit of an edge on it. So you don't lose too much of the image. I don't know. I'm no expert. This is just what I find when I'm doing this sort of thing. Even I can't neatly fussy cut circles, Di, so I'm with you on that one. What have we got here? See, now I'm messing around with it and changing everything. Okay, I am struggling here a bit. Behind the nest. There's no reason why it has to go. No, I don't. When it was up here, so ditch this and put that. Maybe if we put that up there a bit. So something like that, do you think? Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I'm like, I really want to use it, but I mean, I'm going to do another couple, so I can always use that then. The reason I like this down here is because this is going to be fairly heavily embroidered, so it's going to anchor the whole cover, I'm hoping, and that's just what I'm thinking. What did I have there? Oh, there. I had that there, didn't I? Oh boy. So too much blue and purple happening. Where's my little lady that I had? Oh, that's right, the cigar labels. Yes, a bit of green. Thanks, Jane. Got too many bits and pieces cut out now that I'm forgetting what I've cut out. So you need to iron this to get rid of that crease. So is it supposed to be raining tomorrow? Does anyone know? No, it's not. Yeah, I just checked the app. It says no. Not very helpful at all. Oh, I'd hate to be the weatherman. You wouldn't be able to. You would just get abused all the time, wouldn't you? And I just realised I've forgotten about our little birds over here too, but I don't think I'll be using them on this one either. Maybe I'll use the bigger bird. And I've got some of this sari silk, so I'll be adding some of that, I think, to sort of bring in the greens somehow. So there's lots of bits of fabric here that I probably won't use in this one, but that's the beauty of being able to make a few different ones, I guess, isn't it? Okay, so yes, very spoilt for choice. So I'm liking that. I like that, and that gives me the options to do more stitching there. I like that there. I like this here. I think I'm going to leave that, and I'm liking this. I do like I like the layering effect there. I don't mind that. I'm not sure whether I'm just trying too hard now. So I want to keep some of this showing because I'm actually going to sew buttons, I think, on there. So there's actual texture. And possibly here. I've just got to be careful of where the middle of the set, where the spine will be. Okay. Oh, I've lost a. Oh, there it is. It's stuck on my jumper. So I think I'm actually going to baste. I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. I like this. I'm going to baste these down, I think, so I don't lose them. So just baste them in place there. Just bring them up a little bit so that if I have to trim. And the spacing isn't perfect between them, but I'm not stressed about that either. Way too much glue on there. Okay, so they're gone, they're stuck down. I'm happy with that. I do quite like this, but I'm not sure about this yet, so I'm going to just leave that. Just got to stand up and have a look at it. Okay. I'm not hating it. I need something here. So this is probably going to be trimmed back, but there will be a gap here. I think I need something across the top. I don't know. I may need to come back and have a look at that. Maybe I could just put this little, just to fill in that space. Okay. What I'm going to do, guys, I think is actually, I'm thinking that I might, what if we do that? Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up just trimming that top bit off there. I can't remember where I had this now. Also here, I think. Is it there? Something like that. Okay. It needs a bit more work. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave it sit here, I think, and have a look at it. Leave it sit for a bit, maybe have a look at it in about half an hour or so and see what I think. And if I like, for the most part, what I've got there already, I might baste it down, and then I can go build it from there. So I'm going to say goodnight to everybody now. Thanks for popping in. I hope I haven't bored you too much with just playing around and putting down pieces of fabric. I'll grab my laces out and have a bit of a play around with some laces to maybe fill these gaps as well. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it so far, but I think I just need to leave it sit for a bit and then come back and have a look at it and reassess. I love this nest, but I'm not overly happy with it there, so we'll see how we go. All right. Thanks, Vic, for moderating. Good night, everybody. I hope you have a really great weekend. Thanks for popping in. It's great to catch up with you, and we will see you next week in the live, if not before. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.